Thank you for joining in, and let us continue with our quest. It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government here or anywhere else. And I am quite certain the same can be said of the Domain Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to teach them. Find a way to reach them. Oxford is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sis. Dear sister, or rather, Taru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as your stola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain? Very well. Issue addressed. You know, Alfina, it would have been quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after your stola and provide support to Aravan and the others? Yes, Alfina, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right, then sister, soul, please gather your things. We are for Limsa Lominsa. home back home. Haru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Marley leading us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You're right. In as much as we will be traveling by sea, regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitably of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then, it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us with only one other option. Speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvalian of the Kraken's Arms? The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates? Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of the discretion, as many well-respected personage would attest. From the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. But where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's fine spices. Which you steal from God-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's arm may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit. Well, I for one think that the captain has a point. The 5 seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor, unfortunate soul has to come to grief out there on the waves. Why? When we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragical tale of how the heir to House Jordanir vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Truly a tragedy for the ages, but a testament to the misfortune that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abid the capricious whim of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugan in Kingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provision and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Suddenly, all those hours Tartar passed, culverting and capering at forgotten nights seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the points more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tartaru took in making Captain Carvalane squirm. Alright. say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Taru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alice, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief your stranger on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well. I shall go and speak with him. What of Sol and Least? I would like the two of you to return to Revenant Toll and speak with our domain allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and many information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, so. Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it? Alright, let's see. You are truly planning to travel to Doma? I do not know what to say. Forgive me. I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Orthod. Along the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Guardians came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish. But travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Greetings, Sol. What brings you to the toll this day? What? You are for Doma? Heavens! You Scions have shown us naught but kindness. But never in my wildest dream did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny, And then we spied an opportunity. The Empire, dead, Garlemald in chaos. It seems the time was right. Beneath our Lord's banners, we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation. But when Senos arrived with the 13th Legion, it was over in an instant. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Yugiri and Gogetsus in the fight fills me with such joy. Ah, forgive my exuberance. You require information. Yes. We of the Negri clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle. Even now, it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her hosts of man and Magitech. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage and the seat of dear Lord Kyan has become a den for Garlean dogs. Ah, there you are. Learn anything interesting? The older domain I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eorzea can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians. But anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually, or at least that's what I thought until they told me that I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger domains, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old Well, what you learn sounds a lot more useful, unless someone invites us for dinner. Of course, I hope they do. Right, no point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Nomencia. Alfina said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. Yeah, I would think. Let's see. Or I return there. Let us return to... Could have gone... Someone. You are returned, Soul. I trust you learned much from our domain friends in Revenant Toll. I am eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have left port. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugain. Our spice trading friend have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. All set, lass? I'll see you at the ship if so.
Be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise, see crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall, see azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others, and take care.
exciting day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery's enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters. Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love. If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, another fight I got myself into. Actually, give me a couple minutes while I grab some water to drink. let us do this. Odd. Most odd. Well, do we have any idea what's going on? No, as the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the cellular engine you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engine appeared to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. Sea wolf, superstitions, and fairy tales. Not more. But if you must know, the things which he is so reticent to name are the souls of decreased women said to lure sailors to their death. Preposterous. Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all you know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing Magitech to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one resource: to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I'm beginning to like you, girl. Once we arrive at our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it while we venture forth to deal with the cause of our troubles. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. Can I just go with NPCs? Yes, I can. Let us go.
with you. Focus. Release. With you.
Take this!
You shall fall soon enough.
That thing was ugly. Alright.
Release! Away with you! Focus. Release!
Alright.
Away with you! with you.
I wouldn't want that for my wife.
That appears to be the last of them. Word from the Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
Remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugani. The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Domeblood. The colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation opens to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Glad though I am to have arrived. I would remind you all that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Carvalhain, I realize you pledge only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Oxford were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who would aid you for the right price? You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. It's like that Yuguri and Gogetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Oxford, assuming they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alfina. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Carvalane, could you direct us to the nearest tar barn? Despite for a drink, are we? You may find one in that large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Sokazi Hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect. Or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course, surely you did not think I'd travel halfway around the world and deliver you to your destination solely out of kindness of heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the navigator watch over and keep you. Right then, to the hostelry. After you.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are...
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugani, and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kagane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I beg your pardon. If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. It would be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
There's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
Alright, let us cut it for tonight or today, for those of you watching for the other side of the world. And until next time, have a good night.